Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we'll set up a basic structure with OpenDJ and OpenAM, and specifically we'll have two OpenDJ instances. One is serving as a identity store, and the other one is serving as a CTS token store. And then we'll have OpenAM installed to use those two, so that eventually those three will be connected or integrated with each other. Okay, so let's go to our ForgeRock website, go to Backstage, and you have to log in with your account, or you need to have a subscription so that you can download the access management and directory service. Okay, so I have a login, I have an account that is available, so I can download it. First, download the direct services. So at the time of recording this video, the latest version is 5.5. So I'm gonna just download the zip folder. So this is gonna be fast. I'll just let it finish. Okay, once it's finished, so I will open the zip folder. It's basically just one OpenDJ folder, and we're gonna just copy that into a folder that we have. So I'm gonna just paste it here. Shouldn't take that long. Okay, so I just accelerate the video to let it finish. So once you copy that folder, you can come to your terminal. So if you're using a Mac or Linux system, make sure you have the proper privileges to that folder. Okay, so we have OpenDJ folder now, and there's a setup command that we can run here. So I'm using Windows, so it's a bat file that I can run. You should be able to run with a shell script if you're using Mac or Linux. The process would be the same. You can just directly run the setup command, and this will basically trigger the setup process through the command line interactive mode. So first, it's asking, do you accept the license agreement? Yes. And then there will be three options for installing: directory server, proxy server, replication server. Since this is the first instance, we'll just choose one as directory server. And provide a server instance path. So normally we just use a default path. So specifically when this setup is finished, it will create a instance folder and this folder, and there should be no problem that you are using the source folder with the instance folder at the same path. Okay. And then provide a directory root user DN. So right now it's CN equals to directory manager. We will just accept it for default. Create a password. I'll just type in password. Okay, harden the default configuration for production use. So this is not for production use. Basically what this means is that in production you will have some security concerns that you need to turn on or turn off. So if you harden the default configuration, that means there's something it will be changed automatically, and you can refer to the documentation for more detail. But for now, I'll just say no because we are not using the production mode. And then provide the service fully qualified host name. So that's the host name that you specify for your OpenDJ. So in Windows environment, if we go to a Windows System 32, and I think it's drivers etc, then there's a host file. You need to have an admin privilege to modify it. So basically I've configured several of them, but you can configure one that you like. For now we can just use opendj.example.com, which is for your local machine 127.0.0.1. Okay, so once you have that configured, you can directly type in here OpenDJ.example.com. Okay, administration connector port, make it default. Start the server when setup is complete. Sure. Enable the server to run as a Windows service. Yes or no, doesn't matter. Let's just say yes. And options to secure server connection. So this is basically about the certificate to using SSL, HTTPS. So we can just use the self-signed certificate for testing purpose. Accept these choices and continue. Yes. Enable LDAP, of course. And the LDAP port, we can use the default one. If it's occupied, you can use a different one. But for now, looks like 389 is not occupied. And then enable .ts on LDAP port, yes. Enable LDAP S, yes. LDAP S port 636 by default. Enable HTTP, no. Enable HTTPS, yes. So you can basically just accept all of them by default. Yes. Prepare data storage now, yes. So right now you can prepare some, dummy data or whatever. So we're gonna choose number 4 and specify number of user entries. I'll just say 100 for now. And provide the base DN for the directions data. DC equals to example, and DC equals to com. And accept this choice and continue. Yes. And would you like to do? Yes. Okay, so basically whatever we have configured is eventually coming to this command. Okay, you can see there are a lot of attribute add to it, and now the server is being configured, and now it's generating the test data, 100 entries. So I'm pausing the video to accelerate the process a little bit. Okay, so this is done, and we can go to the bat folder, run this command called status.bat. This basically will check the status of the current OpenDJ service. Takes some time, a little bit time to run it. And initially we'll ask about how do you want to trust the server certificate. We'll just trust automatically. Administrator binding, default one is CN equals to directory manager. And the password is password. Okay, as you can see, the server status is started, and there's some other information here and the corresponding protocol and the port and the state. Okay, and we have 102 users. So there are 2 default users plus the 100 test users that we have created. Another useful tool that we can launch is called Control Panel. So this is provided by OpenDJ. It's basically developed by Java. I believe it's using Swing. And then we can look at here, and there will be initially a little window to pop up, but I don't know why it's showing as black. Basically, it should be a window asking for your login credentials. So the bind DN would be CN equals to directory manager, directory space manager, and the password would be just password. Okay. And after that, you need to accept the certificate permanent, so that you don't have to accept it again next time we log in. Okay, it's showing up the window now, so let me just log in. So here you can do a lot of things. You can deal with the directory data. You can deal with the schema, indexes, and monitoring, and a bunch of stuff. The server status right now is started, and if we click on Manage Entries, so this will bring up the entries management window, and here we can look at the dummy data we have generated. So basically we have 100 users. and each user has a bunch of data. So by default, the user has a lot of attributes, but when the attributes is not having any value, it's hidden. And if we uncheck this box, it will show all the fields, right? Okay, so that's our first OpenDJ instance. Let's install the second one. So we're gonna follow the process, find the downloaded OpenDJ zip file and copy, paste it into this folder. Well, it looks like we need to change the name. I'll just say user. Okay, I can't change it because there's some service invoked. We need to stop that service. Okay. Okay, let's fix that first. Come out of this path. Still can't change. Okay, let's close this one and close this one as well. Still can't do that. Okay. Oops. Let's stop the server. So when you start or stop the server, basically you can use the command stop -ds to stop the server, or using the command start -ds to start the server. So that's listed here. Start ds.bat, this one, and stop ds.bat. So you don't really want to use the control panel to start and stop the server, okay? Because sometimes you will have some problem. You want to use the command line with the admin privilege to do that. Okay, so let's see if we can copy it again. Still can't modify it? That's interesting. Okay, it's modified now. Basically, we just need to copy the downloaded OpenDJ here. And let's change the DJ name here to CTS. And we should have the cts.example.com added into the host file, okay? Because we're going to use that as the host name. And let's come back to our terminal. DJ CTS and do setup again. So CTS basically is short for core token service, which is used to store all the tokens and session informations in OpenAM. So by default, when you install OpenAM, it has an embedded CTS server, but this time we're going to use external. Okay. So again, we're going to go through the same process to set up the server. Despite we're going to do some changes here, but this one is the same. We're going to use the password as password. Second time confirm. Harden the default, no. Enter the service fully qualified host name. Then this time we're going to have cts.example.com. Okay, port number. And actually we need to be careful. Okay, so let's first quit this installation. Control C to quit it. Go to OpenDJ user. Let's start the server first. Using start ds bat to start a server. So the server is being started, and we can see some output on the terminal. It's taking some time, and the directory server has started successfully. That's great. All right, let's If you're not sure, we can check the status. So, do we need to trust the server certificate? Yes, automatic truster, and username and password. Alright, the server status is started. Okay, so that's good. We're gonna come out and get into OpenDJ _ CTS. Go to no, we can just directly run setup again. And this time we'll notice a little difference, and we'll see very shortly. Accept license? Yes. Directory server. Server instance path, default one. Username, password. Harden the default configuration for production use? No. Fully qualified the hostname cts.example.com. And administration connector port. As you can see, the previous one is 4444 by default. Now this time it's using 54444. Why? Well, that's because the previous one here is used. So when you actually installing the OpenDJ server, it will check the current occupied port. If OpenDJ setup process sees that port is occupied, it will automatically use an unoccupied one. So that's why I want to start the other instance first, so that it can automatically recognize the unoccupied port, so that later when we start two servers, they will not conflict with each other. Okay, so default start server when setup is complete. Yes. Enable the server to run as Windows. Sure. Generate self-signed certificate. Yes. 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 No. Yes. 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 Prepare data storage. Yes. And this time we're gonna choose number 2. Okay, so this is important. We're not import automatically generate sample data. We're using a create only a base DN entry. Okay, so we're gonna use a name called dc equals to cts dc equals to com, and this has to be a different name from the different base DN name for the other server instance. Okay, accept these choices and continue. Yes. Yep. So let's just do it. So it's still configuring and starting the directory server. Alright, it's done. Let's take a look at the status, or directly go to control panel. Oh, this plane flying over me. Okay. Username, password, base DN. No, not base DN, the bind DN. It's this one. Okay. Accept the certificate. Sure, permanently. So we have a base DN create here. This equals to CTS, this equals to com, and we have one entry, which is this one by itself. And you can double check that. Okay. Okay, so that's one entry, and that's for our CTS. And next, we're gonna download access management. Go to the access management. We're gonna download the zip file. And this file is a little bit larger. So once you finish downloading, open the zip folder. You should see a OpenAM folder. Unzip it. Okay. So once you unzip it, come into this folder, you will see a bunch of files, and specifically we'll be using this file, am-5.5 .war file. We're gonna change the name into OpenAM.war file. And next thing is go to Tomcat. So we're gonna download a Tomcat using a version 8.0.50. Okay, so you can download the zip folder. We are gonna open that downloaded file and copy this Tomcat into our folder. Okay, once we have our Tomcat, let's open this folder and change the server.xml file. So here, I'm going to change some of the port number, add 1. So it's going to be changed from 8005 to 18005. So I'm going to add in 1 to all of them. Okay, and save. And let's start Tomcat through the command line. Okay, it started at 18080. Let's go to localhost 18080. So Tomcat is running. That's great. And let's stop it. And we're gonna copy the OpenAM.war file into Tomcat. Where is it? Projects, OpenDJ, the web apps folder. Okay, and we're gonna start Tomcat again. So this time, Tomcat will try to deploy the application, OpenAM.war file. Let's try to explode it and deploy it under this container. Okay, so Tomcat has started 18080. It takes a little while to actually deploy the OpenAM. Now let's come to /OpenAM, but you have to be careful here. So this domain name is very important when you actually accessing the OpenAM the first time, as will take the configuration, and this domain name has to be consistent in the future usage. So let's change it to a more specific useful name. And again, we have to modify the host file here to add the OpenAM. So as you can see, I have add openam.example.com here. So let's just use that name, openam.example.com 1800/OpenAM. So this will take us to the OpenAM homepage. And the first time, as we haven't done any configuration, we'll come to a configuration options page. And here we're going to create a new configuration through the custom configuration. And we're going to agree with the license and the password for our AM admin. So this default user is AM admin, and the password is whatever you want. I'll just use password for now. So you can just think of this AM admin as the root user for this application. Okay. Next, and the server URL would be openam.example.com column 1800/OpenAM, and the cookie domain. So this has to be a .example.com. This basically means it matches up to whatever subdomain. As long as the domain name is example.com, it should be good to go. So let's just put it as .example.com. The platform locale is US English, and the configuration directory. So this directory will be used to store whatever configurations that we have set up with this AM instance. Okay, so we're gonna just use our project folder, which is, let's see, this one, C projects AMDJ. So it will be C projects AMDJ. Let's give a name as OpenAM -config. Okay. Next. So this page takes a little bit to load up, and let's be patient and wait. Okay. So the configuration data store. So here we're gonna point into a external OpenDJ. As you can see right now, it's pointing to an internal using the embedded OpenDJ to store the configuration. But since we are connecting to external OpenDJ, let's choose OpenDJ here. The host name would be, as this is configuration, we're gonna use CTS. Okay, CTS example.com, and the root suffix, remember, it's DC equals to CTS. DC equals to com. Okay, and what is the port number? Let's just find out. A straightforward way is go to OpenDJ CTS and go to bad folder and check the status. Okay, automatic trust and login. And what is the LDAP port number? Is 1389. Okay, so it would be 1389. And login ID and password. Okay, so let it. Sometimes it takes a little while for it to validate the connection. So let's make sure our base DN is correct. So we have our base DN as DC equals to CTS, DC equals to com. Okay, DC equals to CTS, DC equals to com. Okay. Okay. I don't know why this is still showing, but let's go to next anyways. The next one is the user data store. So we're gonna use another OpenDJ instance, which is OpenDJ.example.com. The port number is 389, and you should double check that in your local as well. OpenDJ user cd bat status. Okay, so the LDAP is 389, which is correct, and the root suffix is DC equals to example, DC equals to com. Okay, password is password. Let's wait for this one to come up. Okay, next. Do we need to configure a site? Since we are not replicating this OpenAM instance, let's just say no. And next, and create configuration. So it's starting to create configuration by itself. Just so wait a little bit. This is gonna take several minutes to get everything done. So I will just pause the video and let it finish. Okay, so the configuration completed successfully. If you see this little window, it means it is finished successfully. Okay, let's click on this proceed login, and we're gonna log in as AM admin. Password is password. There we go. So we have login, and if we click on this data storage, we should be able to see actually we are using a OpenDJ, and this is actually connecting to our OpenDJ example.com 389 external OpenDJ. Okay, so if we go to subjects, there's about like 100 test users generated. You see that? They're all displayed here. Okay, and we can actually log in, open a new window, cognito window, and we're gonna go to OpenAM example.com 1800 OpenAM, and we can log in with a test user. Password, default password is password. Okay, so this is login. Cool. And if we come back to our CTS store, we should, so we are opening the CTS store control panel, and we are seeing a bunch of entries under the DC equals to CTS, DC equals to com. So this is created by OpenAM for its configuration. Under the service, we can see a lot of services that is used by OpenAM, okay, by itself. And also we have a token here. This basically is storing all the session information here. As of now, we have 3 sessions. So one is AM admin, okay, and the other one is user 0. Okay, so those are the session information. I don't know what this one is. This could be like default or something. Anyways, this basically means we have the 2 OpenDJ connected to this AM server instance. Alright, so that's pretty much for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one. Bye.